Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. I'm John, an old YouTuber and PC gamer from Denmark. It's Sunday and let's just continue this. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, so I'm not going to introduce myself a lot, but I'm John, an old YouTuber. I made video for YouTube soon, 8 years. My YouTube channel, Mongo TV. I made it in this apartment, more than 23,000 videos, so that's a crazy number. That's because I'm early retired. I'm always home alone and been home alone the last 20 years, so I got plenty of time to play computer games. And I have plenty of time to do this. But now it's 4:30. And I just finished about the Intel 8080, and this is the Intel 8085, and this is still a 8-bit microprocessor. So we have to look what 8-bit is for 4 and 8 bits, 4 bits and 8 bits, what that is. We have to record that. So, but let's just continue with this, because the next one, the 8086, that's 16 bits. That's the first 16-bit, the Intel 16-bit, with this x86 instruction sets. So we have to record that, what x86 is, why they have this x86 numbers like 8086, 186, 286, 386, 486. This the first Pentium have 586 on the numbers, but it's called a Pentium. Intel did not use the 586 after the 486 because the AMD and Cyrix, some other CPU manufacturers, were starting to use same numbers. This is why Intel did use the Pentium brand. And we need to record about Intel. What is Intel Corporation? And what is Silicon Valley, and how you manufacture the CPU? What is a wafer? What is silicon, and how do you make CPUs? What is a microprocessor plantation? That's very complicated. So, and this really helped me. To have this program. It's reading this text loud. I can read English, I can do that. I speak and read English, but that's much more easy to understand when somebody actually can read real English, read loud. So that's more, but of course I not understand everything. But let's just continue with Intel 8085 bits. And I start to get tired. That's in Danish, let's read loud. Read to the end of the documents.
Intel 8085. Intel 8085 KL Intel P8085 R.jpg. An Intel P8085 R2 processor variant with black plastic and silver pins. General information. Launched March 1976. Discontinued 2001. Common manufacturer S. Intel and several others. Performance max. CPU clock rate 3, 5 and 6 ms. Data width 8 bits. Address width 16 bits. Architecture and classification technology. No 3 instruction set. 8085 physical specifications. Transistors 6,500. Package S 40 pin DIP. Socket S DIP 40. History. Predecessor Intel 8080, successor Intel 8086. The Intel 8085 is an 8-bit microprocessor produced by Intel and introduced in March 1976. 2. It is a software binary compatible with more famous Intel 8080 with only 2 minor instructions added to support its added interrupt and serial input forward/output features. However, it requires less support circuitry, allowing simpler and less expensive microcomputer systems to be built. The 5 in the part number highlighted the fact that the 8085 uses a single plus 5 volt V power supply by using depletion mode transistors, rather than requiring the plus 5V, 5V and plus 12V supplies needed by the 8080. This capability matched that of the competing Z80, a popular 8080 derived CPU introduced the year before. These processors could be used in computers running the CP/M operating system. The 8085 is supplied in a 40-pin DIP package. To maximize the functions on the available pins, the 8085 uses a multiplexed address /data, AD.
Yes, I keep mentioning this CP/M operating system, and it says we have to find it and download. Sorry for the interruption, but I need to do this or just forget it. I have to find this on the Wikipedia. The Intel 85. I have it open there. No, we have the Intel 85 there, and it mentioned this CP/M operating system. We have to download that, and it's mentioned this DIP 40. What's DIP? That's DIP is. But let's just record it. What is DIP? And DIP 40. You need to know something about that. So let's just like to download. That's a CP/M. That's an old operating system. I don't know. But let's download the PDF. So I have it because it keep mentioning this CP/M operating system. Yes, that will take a few minutes because I need to do the same 2 more times. So I just have to save it on my hard drive. That's 22 pages. That will take many. That's because I use the Intel, the 8080, Intel 85. That's the use this Intel and the 8086. So we need to know about this operating system. Yes, I'll save it on my hard drive, and I don't like to record the name of all my phone because it open this Windows Pathfinder. Yes, so we're closing this. Just need my antivirus to pop up. Then close this and dual inline package. We need to know what that is. This is how they're making this CPU down there. You know, back in time we have to have it on my video because I like to study the old PCs, the old PC computers. So you have to understand how the electronic was in old days. That's 9 pages. Going to save that. But if I ever get to there, I have this problem with this camcorder. I have a limit of power. So, and as soon as 5 p.m. today, and I have to stop this before 11 p.m. because my voice is very loud. And I have people living next to me and below me. So I have to stop this talking like 11 p.m. So, but I need to do that. I have downloaded a lot. I have more than hundreds. I have like 100 PDF, but I don't have everything. I have to stop and do it when I remember, because then or else I need the note and paper. But I just record for fun. So, but this is, let's save this. Yes, save it. But I think we did not read much. Yes, this is Intel 85. Let's close this line. Go back to Ectodomus. Maybe we should start again. Because I did all this, sorry for this, but I have to do this because I cannot remember all these weird names. Yes, we just started reading. So record 10 minutes. So we should just start again. Let's do show, stop, then let's start again. I'm gonna need some cola. Yes, sorry for this. And I'm uploading the Intel 8080. But before we go to the 86, it's a 16-bit. I think we need to record what 8-bit is and 4 bits, and what DIP is and what DIP 40. So maybe I think I will need to have a note. So let's write it. We need to write a note what we need to do, like we need to know what's 4 bits and 8 bits. Then we need before that we need, that's called Fagin. That's the designer of the 404. I have that. I don't remember his first name. Yes, we need to know about this Fagin FF from Intel. He invented the 4.4 and did work on the 4.8. No, the 8008. He did something that we need to know about him. And what 4-bit is, what 8-bit is. Then we need to know what DIP could be. DIP and 4. That's a DIP 40. Yes, that's something weird stuff. I make this notes, but maybe we cannot do it today because it's 5 p.m. soon. It's 5 p.m. and we should stop this in less 6 hours before 11 p.m. and probably a long time before this. The camcorder will run out of power. But let's try again. Show, read loud, read to the end of the documents.
Intel 8085. Intel 8085 KL Intel P8085R.jpg. An Intel P8085R2 processor variant with black plastic and silver pins. General information. Launched March 1976. Discontinued 2001. Common manufacturer S. Intel and several others. Performance max. CPU clock rate 3, 5 and 6 ms. Data width 8 bits. Address width 16 bits. Architecture and classification technology. Node 3 instruction set 8085. Physical specifications. Transistors 6,500. Package S. 40 pin DIP. Socket S. DIP 40. History. Predecessor Intel 8080. Successor Intel 8086. The Intel 8085 is an 8-bit microprocessor produced by Intel and introduced in March 1976. 2. It is a software binary compatible with more famous Intel 8080 with only 2 minor instructions added to support its added interrupt and serial input forward/output features. However, it requires less support circuitry, allowing simpler and less expensive microcomputer systems to be built. The 5 in the part number highlighted the fact that the 8085 uses a single plus 5 volt V power supply by using depletion mode transistors, rather than requiring the plus 5V, 5V and plus 12V supplies needed by the 8080. This capability matched that of the competing Z80, a popular 8080 derived CPU introduced the year before. These processors could be used in computers running the CP/M operating system. The 8085 is supplied in a 40-pin DIP package. To maximize the functions on the available pins, the 8085 uses a multiplexed address/data, AD-0, AD-7, bus. However, an 8085 circuit requires an 8-bit address latch, so Intel manufactured several support chips with an address latch built in. These include the 8755, with an address latch, 2 KB of EPROM and 16 I/O pins, and the 8155 with 256 bytes of RAM, 22 I/O pins and a 14-bit programmable ETIMA/counter. The multiplexed address/data bus reduced the number of PC tracks between the 8085 and such memory and I/O chips. Both the 8080 and the 8085 were eclipsed by the Zilog Z80 for desktop computers, which took over most of the CP/M computer market, as well as a share of the booming home computer market in the early to mid-1980s. The 8085 had a long life as a controller, no doubt thanks to its built-in serial I/O and 5 prioritized interrupts, arguably microcontroller-like features that Z80 CPU did not have. Once designed into such products as the DEC-tapped controller and the VT102 video terminal in the late 1970s, the 8085 served for new production throughout the lifetime of those products. This was typically longer than the product life of desktop computers. Intel 8085 A CPU die contents. Description: Programming model. Commands / instructions 8-bit instructions. 16-bit operations. Undocumented instructions. Input / output scheme. Development system. List of Intel 8085. Applications. MCS85 family. Educational use. Simulators. See also. Notes. References. Further reading. External links. Description. i8085 microarchitecture. Year 8085 Pinute. The 8085 is a conventional von Neumann design based on the Intel 8080. Unlike the 8080, it does not multiplex state signals onto the data bus, but the 8-bit data bus is instead multiplexed with the lower 8 bits of the 16-bit address bus to limit the number of pins to 40. State signals are provided by dedicated bus control signal pins and 2 dedicated bus state ID pins named S0 and S1. Pin 40 is used for the power supply, plus 5V, and pin 24 ground. Pin 39 is used as the hold pin. The processor was designed using MO circuitry, and the later H versions were implemented in Intel's enhanced NMOS process called MOS2, High Performance MOS, originally developed for fast static RAM products. 3. Only a single 5-volt power supply is needed, like competing processors and unlike the 8080. The 8085 uses approximately 6,500 transistors. 4. The 8085 incorporates the functions of the 8224 clock generator and the 8228 system controller on chip, increasing the level of integration. A downside compared to similar contemporary designs, such as the Z80, is the fact that the buses require demultiplexing. However, address latches in the Intel 8155, 8355, and 8755 memory chips allow a direct interface, So an 8085 along with these chips is almost a complete system. The 8085 has extensions to support new interrupts, with 3 maskable vectored interrupts, RST 7.5, RST 6.5 and RST 5.5. 1